Arroyo. I'm pastor here at St. Cyril of Alexandria Catholic Church in West Houston. Let me tell you a little bit about St. Cyril of Alexandria. Cyril was a very fiery saint, shall we say. Fiery because when you read his life, he was a man who cared deeply about what was said, and he did not think that things were just words. What Cyril is best known for, that we would know of him today, is the fact that we can say, as Catholics, that Mary was the Mother of God. Now, why is that important? Because before, and when I say before, actually during the 5th century in Alexandria, Alexandria, Egypt was a hotbed of interchange between pagans, Jews, and Christians. It was just at the time that the Christian community was beginning to almost be co-equal with the pagans. Remember, at the beginning, Christians were not that numerous in the Roman Empire. But by the 5th century, Christians were quite numerous and were beginning to be the majority. But what happened was that there was another bishop in Constantinople by the name of Nestorius. And Nestorius had a particular way of explaining Jesus and his relationship to his mother. The question was, can Mary be called the Mother of God? I mean, think about it. We are used to it, but can you imagine what it sounds like for someone fresh to hear? You're saying God had a mother? And of course, a lot of people were saying, well, how can that be? Well, Nestorius, the other bishop, the Bishop of Constantinople, said, you know, Mary was the mother of Christ, not the mother of God. In fact, he tried to take a middle road, because some people were saying, no, Mary is the mother of God, and the other people were saying, no, Mary is just the mother of Jesus. And Nestorius said, no, what was born of Mary was the Christ. You don't say that she was the mother of God. Anyway, to make a long story short, during the Council of Ephesus, St. Cyril was very involved, and he defended the fact that when the Word of God became human, that he became human in Jesus Christ, so that Jesus Christ literally was God walking through Jerusalem. And so it was not that there was a split, you know, between Jesus, the God, or the Logos, the Word of God, and Jesus the man. It was Jesus is God walking through Jerusalem. And therefore, Mary is to be called the Son. Mary is to be called the Mother of God. So, what does that have to do with religious freedom? Well, it has a lot to do with it. Actually, here's the point. We, in this day, in our culture, we are prone, whenever things get a little complex, we use the typical postmodern way of dealing with it. And you know what that way is? We say, whatever. And whatever is sort of the way that we understand, we say about everything, because we don't take the time to care about what is being said. The problem is that ideas have consequences. And What's happening is that when you don't take ideas seriously, sooner or later the consequences come home to roost. Cyril understood. He could have said, oh, whether you say mother of Jesus or mother of God or mother of Christ, whatever. But Cyril took it seriously because ideas have consequences. And that's what our bishops are saying today. Ideas have consequences. And if we do not stand up for the right of freedom of religion, the idea of freedom of religion will slowly begin to erode to the point that it will become irrelevant and the status quo will just take over. And I think it's important that the bishops and that the church and other Christian denominations and Jewish and other religious people say no more. We are claiming our right to religious freedom, which is a human right that God has given to us.